Hello, we are Catherine Banton, Alex Sichko, Peter McStravick, and Tada Yamamoto, and we are here today to present a tool for FacilitySource to better understand the spend of its individual clients and how they compare to one another. FacilitySource is a national facilities management company that offers companies with large, spread out real estate portfolios an innovative and high quality alternative to traditional facility support solutions. They have software, customer call centers, and a service provider management platform that helps save their clients anywhere from 10 to 20% on their facilities management budgets. Clients range from big box retailers to department stores to restaurants and grocery stores. Our goal with creating this tool was to determine how clients stack up against one another. This is a small sample of data. Each year, FacilitySource processes 3 million invoices, and our goal was to determine average spend at locations. Can we see if some clients are spending more than others? And can we understand how much they're spending, what they're spending it on, and be able to compare them, even though each client is anonymous and we don't have their names or industries to go off of.
As you can see, we've provided 4 visuals that will allow the user to see where the client is located amongst the other clients that are in the same input selection, and will provide the user with some indication of where that client stands in that space. Our goal was to provide the user with the ability to see what quartile that they will fall in given those selection inputs, and as well as the various types of average invoices, whether that's by location, cost per day, work order, or just the overall project duration. Looking to the upper left, you can see that the orange bar is an indication of where the client currently stands. And currently, this client is in the 3rd quartile with an output of $3,517. You will also note that the client is ranked 11th. Now, this client rank is also out of 31. So as these inputs are selected, the number of clients will remain dynamic and will change based on those clients that are selected given those inputs that are chosen. And the same is seen throughout each of these other types of visuals.
In order to generate the output, the user will be working primarily on the left side of the tool in this orange area. First, the user should select the client they're interested in evaluating, in this case client 2, and select a request category. And we'll select buildings and facilities. There are many additional dimensions on which the data can be generated, such as the work type, which could include preventative maintenance, work orders, and many more, as well as geographic locations and time of year. Once the refresh button is hit, the master set of data will be searched and the new output given as described before. And as you can see, all 4 graphs have updated, as well as the client ranks and their individual outputs given. If at any time the user is unfamiliar with how to use the input side, down here in the blue box we provided instructions that the user can reference, as well as a glossary in this tab of any acronyms that they are not sure of.
Now, looking at this output, someone from FacilitySource could see the fact that Client 2 has a lower than median average invoice per location, generally meaning that for the number of locations they have, they spend less than average. However, when juxtaposed with the metric in the lower left-hand quadrant, they have among the highest average invoice per work order. Putting these two together, we can now know that as we approach Client 2, we know that they purchase some higher priced services, but they don't do it across their entire location network. And so as a sales person for FacilitySource, I may be able to approach Client 2 to see whether the type of work that they've done and paid for in some of their locations at some of the highest levels might be able to be extended to some of their other client ranks. Having spent some time further in the data, we see this to be true as we know that Client 2 has spent quite a bit on roofing at many of their locations, but not all of their locations. Doing similar comparisons such as this across clients and request categories will allow Facility Source to quickly identify how they might be able to expand the amount of revenue they achieve per client and make sure that it is done in a targeted fashion.